Hi, this is Antti from React Studio. In this tutorial, we're going to create a list of restaurants by using React Studio and Xano backend. In the previous video, we created sign-up page and login screen by using the Xano plugins and React Studio. And in this case, we're going to just show list of data from the backend. So here is my current project. Like you probably remember from the previous video, you can do login here, and then you end up in the main screen, which doesn't contain anything. And in this video, we're going to list some restaurant data. So here in the restaurant, sorry, this is the Xano admin, and this is my database here. So I've created the restaurants data table here. This is easy, so you can just create new columns here and add some mockup data. In this case, I've created probably about 10 different restaurants with images, with the cover image for each restaurant, and that's about it. And in the API, the Xano creates automatically the endpoints for restaurants. So if I want to just list all restaurants, I can use get, and if I want to show a certain restaurant, then I can use this get and restaurant/ID here. So let's head up into the React Studio project. So I would like to probably style this a bit. It looks a little bit messy with this kind of image in the background, so probably I'm going to use add a card here, and I will place the card in the background group. So now it will be behind everything, and I will align this to key line, so it will be something like this, and it should probably work. And then head to the main screen. Let's call this restaurants. I want to just, oh sorry, I think we already have a restaurants data sheet, so I can't use restaurants, so I'm going to use restaurants list as the name of this screen. The names here, they reflect into the code we generate, so that's why you can't have duplicate names in the object in the React Studio. Then we want to head up to the data tab. And here we already created the restaurant data table here. I do it again, just connect to Xano and just log in and do the, just select the restaurants here and click OK. And it should load me the latest version of the restaurant data. And here you can see the endpoint is /restaurants. And then let's go to restaurants list screen, and let's start building the restaurant list. So what we need a list element, and then we need a component for each restaurant. And if I add a list element here, you can see it's red, and it says that there has to be a item component selected for the restaurant and also the data source for this list. So let's just put the list so that it's full width on every screen size. I'll just align it from left and right and 0 pixels from each side. And I could tweak it a little bit so that it will be vertical, and in the desktop or tablet size we can show grid, maybe grid of 3 columns. And then head to the project map again, and let's create the empty component, which will be the restaurant item. So this will be the item or the component that will be repeated in the list. And yes, I want to add a background, and I will make this a little bit bigger. And for the restaurant, I think we need a image. I'll just drag an image here. And yes, I want to add it in the scroll flow, and the scroll flow can decide the height of this component. So the component height will vary based on the data we get from the backend. And let's put this image, let's put it so that it's probably like 5 pixels from left and -5 pixels from right. And then we can add a text element, and this will be the text element for the restaurant name. and I'll just first align it. It will be also 5 pixels from left and -5 from right. And I can style, oh, it's missing the -5 and 5. And then I can style the elements so that its style will be the headline style. So the font will be a little bit bigger. And basically I could just duplicate this Command D and change the base font. And now we have 2 text elements for our restaurant list. So, and finally, I want to add a grid spacer. This is just a sort of like a invisible element that just makes some space after the description text here. And I can change the names of these. This will be the text description, and this will be the text name. And lastly, we can link these items into properties. So I can do it from here by just dragging the column name on top of the element, and it says that which attribute I want to link this property. So I want it to be image, okay. And I can do this also from via the data tab here. So I can just select restaurant name here and restaurant description here. As you can see, it also already shows me some data from the data sheet. There is no real linkage to the data yet because these are in React. These are just properties, but it knows that we're probably going to use this in the list, so it shows me the real data at this moment. Then we can head back to the restaurants list. It says the list is empty. Yeah, I know. And we head to the nested comp here and we select which item we want to repeat in the list. And I want to select the one that we just created. And we don't see any rows because we haven't set the data source for the list. So then we go element and take items from datasheet, and I'll just select restaurants here. And now we should have the restaurant list appearing on the screen. And finally, I can just click open in browser and check how it looks in the real browser. And here we have it in the real browser. I need to log in. And here's the list. And this is live data from the server. If I make this a little bit smaller, you can see that the list adapts to it's not a grid anymore, it's a list. And if I head to the Xano backend database, and let's say I change the name of the restaurant. Let's call this Palace here, Palace Helsinki. And where's the Palace? It's here. And if I reload this list, now it updated the data in the browser view. I think we want to get rid of this back button here in this case, because certainly after the login we don't want to show that. So I can just select the screen here and just uncheck the back button here. And maybe we would like to change the colors a bit. So I head to the app settings, app styles, and maybe the primary color, which is the color used for the navigation bars. I could maybe do something like I have another project here. I can just copy that from here. Yeah, like that. And that would be the navigation bar. And for the buttons, maybe we could use something else. Maybe a white button would work. Let's see how it works. And for the navigation title, which is the name of the screen shown in the navbar. We can just use white as well. I think that looks better. Here we have a problem because of the color. I choose the white and the text is white, so obviously it doesn't look good. But maybe black could be our secondary text. Well, that looks okay. Now we can run it in the browser again. And here is the code is generated now, and now we can check how it looks. It looks much better, but I think I want to make this so that it's not tight on the top of the screen. I will just move it a little bit lower. Maybe it's better to just type the values here, like 5 from top and -5 from right, something like that. And then just regenerate the code and open in browser. And here we should have the restaurant list, and now the logout button is aligned nicely. So this was the tutorial, and in the next tutorial we're going to create a details view for each restaurant. So how to query data for single row in a data sheet, and how to create a details view out of it. But this is how you can create a list based on the Xano backend data. Thank you for watching.